what I try to cover now, I have 4 slides, is to dig a bit more into the reanalysis products what you have at C3S. Yes, and as Harald said, I work for ECMWF for the Copernicus Climate Change Service, and usually I describe my role as some kind of bridge between the contractors led by Met Norway and ECMWF, and try to coordinate the interest of both parties and particularly guide the contract of the Copernicus Arctic region reanalysis into the direction what we need in C3S. And I am here in this capacity today. Okay, so some introductory remarks. I think Carlo described it very eloquently that reanalysis are in the heart what we are doing at C3S. We usually call them maps without gaps. So these are consistent maps without gaps. So these are very important for C3S to monitor the climate over the last decades or so. And Carlo also mentioned that they are really becoming important in machine learning as training data set. It's especially for the global reanalysis for the time being. All the reanalysis what we do is performed or done and produced in our high performance computing facilities. The global one by ourselves, C3S, and our contractors for the regional ones, for the European one, which we call CARRA, and for the Arctic one, which we refer to CARRA today. I think I just want to underline that the added value what we have with respect to the data what we provide. So we are not only a data provider, but we are a climate service provider, which means that we have tailored documentation pages to describe what we do, to describe the data itself, how we present, etc. And we have also user support, and we get quite some questions through user support, and we are trying to answer rather rapidly. As I mentioned, reanalysis are by far the most popular products in C3S, and more than every second user is using reanalysis. We have almost 250,000 users, as I think we will reach the 250,000 in CDS tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and more than 130,000 from this 250 using reanalysis. And as I told you, ERA5 is very popular, and regional reanalysis have a smaller uptake. But we do activities like this workshop, and Harald and his colleagues will describe the plans for the Pan-Arctic regional reanalysis. So we do effort to appreciate more the regional reanalysis as well, and particularly on the Arctic. Okay, this is just the landscape what we provide in the CDS, starting the global on the top. I just wrote down the information what we have, or single pressure levels. We have the ensemble of data simulation ensemble, so we have an ensemble data set to provide uncertainty estimate. We have mostly average data, we have an explorer, we have daily statistics, we have a land component, and lots of indicators which are based on the global reanalysis ERA5. So this is a global set of information, and we produce European and Arctic region reanalysis, as I mentioned, and Carlo mentioned, which is not independent from the global one. It's using lateral boundary conditions from the global reanalysis ERA5, but it does better describe the surface. It does add local observations, and of course the models which are run are on higher resolution and tuned for the domain of interest. And you can see for CARRA, for the European component, we have the single height and pressure and model levels. Also for CARRA, for CARRA, we have also an uncertainty estimation kind of dynamic one on the EDA, and we have a land component as well. The next slide just summarizes the main characteristics of these three reanalyses from ERA5 to CARRA to CARRA. So ERA5 covers 1940 to today. Running 5 days behind read time, covers the globe. It's around 30 kilometer resolution with 1 hour temporal resolution. We have the EDA, as I mentioned. The resolution is around 60 kilometer, and there is a land component as well. For the European, we have the period covered so far is 1984 to 2021. There are no timely updates implemented just yet, but it's coming in the near future. So it means that the data is not updated regularly, but will come within a year or so. It's for Europe, 5.5 kilometer resolution. We have analysis at 3 hours with 1 hour forecast. There is an EDA for uncertainties on 11 kilometer resolution, and there's a land component. Last but not least, the CARRA, the Arctic. It starts in 1990, September 1990, and it has a timely updates. Every month we produce new sets of data. For instance, now in the coming days, we will provide the data until July 2023. It has a very high resolution. The analysis is performed in a three-dimensional variation data estimation every 3 hours, and we have 1 hour forecast in between. We have uncertainty estimate in CARRA, but it's limited in terms of it's not a dynamic one, it's a static one, and maybe we will have a land component later on. And you can see the number of users. I would love to see more users, so hope again the workshop will help to get more users. And I just finish up with my last slide, which is my favorite slide, and I don't want to go into the details because Jason will do. So I think this is a figure from the Arctic region reanalysis CARRA showing 900 hectopascal horizontal and vertical winds. And again, I don't want to explain the details because you will get some briefing on that later on. But you can see it is really astonishing for me to see the details what CARRA can provide. And you see these sharp gradients, these fronts, and the different regions of updrafts and downdrafts. So I just wanted to express with this figure that's why regional reanalysis are important. You can get a lot of details, lot of interesting details, what you hardly believe, in fact. So for me, it was very astonishing and inspiring. So I hope after this meeting, this workshop, you will get a flavor how you can exploit and use CARRA and regional reanalysis in general. So I stop now. Thank you.